Training camp practice number 20. Pads were on. Let's go ahead and get right into it. First off, Matt Eberflus confirmed that most starters will not play on Thursday night against the Chiefs. That means we will not see Caleb Williams again until week 1. Eberflus said they were happy with the amount of reps that Caleb and the majority of the starters got. Not really surprising. I said I was expecting this, but I still selfishly wanted to see them get at least one series. Eberflus did add that a couple of fringe starters could play. Maybe we could see guys like Nate Davis or even Jacob Martin. We'll see. Speaking of Jacob Martin, though, he has not practiced in a very long time, and he remained on the sidelines today. Other guys who were out were Kevin Byard, Ryan Bates, Colin Johnson, Leon Jones, and Theo Benedict. The team is mostly healthy, knocking on wood, but the most important players missing from practice right now are free safety Kevin Byard and offensive lineman Ryan Bates. With Nate Davis back, we've had the same guys for a while now, and our starting offensive line seems set in stone. With Braxton, Tev, Coleman Shelton, Nate Davis, and Darnell Wright, we have a pretty solid front five. They've played pretty well this preseason, and I just hope they continue getting practice reps together and can start off the year with a great game against the Titans. But more good news along the offensive line. Karan Amagaji was mostly a full participant today, doing all the individual work and getting reps at left tackle. I think there's a good chance we see Karan make his preseason debut on Thursday night. I'm not going to overreact if he plays or not or how he looks, but I would love to see where he's at. Give him some live action and let him get some reps on tape for the coaching staff as well. As far as practice goes, this was the last open practice of training camp, so this is the last one that fans were able to attend. There is one more practice tomorrow, though. It was a padded practice today, but it was a pretty easy day. 11 on 11 periods started out with the first team offense taking on the second team defense. Caleb would come out and fire a couple of lasers to Keenan Allen. Allen has looked awesome the last few days. Whoever was on social media and said he's fat or slow has not been at training camp this year. Keenan is one of the guys who is in incredible shape, and he's one of the savviest route runners in the entire NFL. Sometimes he can lull defenders to sleep. His ability to accelerate and decelerate and sell routes is top notch. Later, Caleb would find Tyler Scott for back-to-back completions and a score. Our rookie quarterback would also hit Keenan Allen again for a deep gain with Jalen Johnson in coverage, and then Caleb would hit Keenan for a touchdown with Tyreek Stevenson in coverage later on. Towards the end of practice, Caleb threw a strike to Gerald Everett in the back corner of the end zone for a touchdown. Tyreek Stevenson was all over Everett on the play. Great coverage, but better throw from Caleb Williams. Meanwhile, Tyson Bagent had another solid day operating the second team offense. He threw a strike to Nasimba Webster for a big gain, one of the best plays of the day. Bagent also had a screen pass to John Jackson III that went for a touchdown. If you haven't heard me say it yet, I believe Tyson Bagent has our QB2 job locked up. Meanwhile, Dante Pettis and Tevin Jenkins would both get shaken up at one point in practice. Both players were able to finish the day. Hopefully those guys are okay, especially Big Tev. We finally had the same starting five on the offensive line for a couple of weeks. I really want to see these guys continue to get more reps together and gel. It's important that these guys stay healthy and are able to get more comfortable with each other. Overall, it was a back and forth day, but the defense was very loud and they caused multiple false starts from our offensive line, and they even started a fight. Gervon Dexter got it going by laying out running back Ian Wheeler. Gervon Dexter's been one of the best players on defense throughout the entire training camp, and maybe Big Dex is mad that they haven't shown him on Hard Knocks yet. Another big day for Dexter. TJ Edwards would tackle Velus Jones Jr., and that's when things got really chippy. The offense and defense was going at it for a little bit. Andrew Billings would get Darnell Wright to commit a false start at one point, and this was just a really chippy practice. I love to see it. These guys are tired of practicing against each other. They're ready to hit some players on other teams. I'm excited with how fiery our defense has looked, and I couldn't be happier with how our offense has responded. Caleb has not been perfect. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but I think he's battled this defense really well. We have a really, really good defense. I think it's a top 10 unit, and Caleb Williams has battled with these guys every single day of training camp. Montez Sweat even had a comment about how it's scary how good Caleb has looked as a rookie. Montez Sweat, Tyreek Stevenson, and Matt Eberflus all spoke to the press today. Overall, it was a pretty easy day considering it was a padded practice, though. One more practice before we take on the Chiefs. There should not be any pads tomorrow. But we are just 1 week away from roster cutdowns to 53 guys. So the Bears will be cutting close to 40 players in the next week. Rosters right now are at 90 players, and the Bears and every other team in the NFL are going to be going from 90 to 53. Expect some of those moves to happen as early as this weekend, but teams are not required to get down to 53 until next Tuesday. There are going to be some good players cut on other teams, and there are going to be some guys I like on this roster that do not make the 53. Now, we could be bringing about 16 of those guys back to the practice squad, but there will be a flurry of moves this weekend and over the next week. I think it's very possible that Ryan Poles will sign someone either in free agency or a guy who does not make another team's 53. But our roster is a lot deeper this year. I expect some guys that we cut to get signed by other teams as well. But also, now that preseason is finally over for Caleb Williams, how do you guys feel like he did? Did you want to see more from him? Are you happy with what you saw? Or like me, are you just ready for the regular season to get started? Let me know in the comments. Remember to hit that like button for me. Hard Knocks is back tonight. Chicago Bears Training Camp Edition, Episode 3. I'll be breaking that down tomorrow, and I have something else coming for you guys as well. Don't forget to hit the like button. Stay tuned, and until next time, bear down. Shout out to Jimbo for getting some clips from today's practice. Enjoy these guys and bear down.
Whoa! That looks like a read for you. I know.
Yeah, that's 18. That's 18.
That was a high snap. First snap was low. Second. Nice. 13. Tear away. Ouch.